Hello, everyone, and welcome. I hope you're doing so well. So, in today's reading, we're going to be looking into the month of December 2025, your month ahead, and just see what messages Spirit would like to come through. We're going to be working with the Angel Tarot cards here, as you can see. And the first energy, as I just sat down to tune in for your reading, is that I feel that December is going to be a time when your finances are doing very well, or there might be some kind of a turnaround in your finances. I know that December can be a time of year if you celebrate Christmas, the holidays where you might end up spending more money, but I actually feel like it's going to somehow be a positive thing for you. There's something about really Spirit's asking you to embrace the energy of abundance this season, embrace the energy of something about abundance in this December, because I'm seeing something about money finding its way to you, many streams maybe of income coming to you, maybe even an unexpected stream of income, something where you're going to end December better than what you started, a lot better off than where you started it. Okay? Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's get you your cards, all right? So tuning in, Spirit, for the month of December, what would you like this person to know? We have the Six of Air. Things are looking up. The end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. Yeah, many of you will be traveling in December, I feel. You may have some kind of a pre-booked plan, or you may be, visiting home or something like this for the holidays. Yeah, there's something about a trip that you're going to take that's actually going to exceed expectations. There's something about, a holiday or a trip that you're taking where you may have just thought, oh yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like, or maybe even think it might not be very fun. And I'm seeing that it's going to be a really great trip. It's going to really energize you, or it's going to really exceed expectations. You are underestimating this trip for some reason, and it's going to really bring some really big activation to you, or it's going to be way more beautiful in a place than you ever realized. The place you're visiting is more beautiful than you realized. Or, you get along better with the people that you're visiting or something. Yeah, there's something that goes much better than you're anticipating. So things are looking up. There is some positive energy in December. I feel like for some reason, I feel like many of you might be thinking that December's not going to be that good, or aspects of it for some reason maybe aren't going to be good. But I'm seeing that December's actually going to be a month that you really enjoy. The end of a difficult situation. I feel like especially by the end of the month, you are walking out of a difficult situation. You're walking out of it. You are free from it. You're walking away from it, okay? Especially if the situation is financial or involving resources of some kind, something to do with business, career, finances, things like this. I'm seeing that if you're starting the month with any kind of issues around that you're ending the month having that resolved. Okay, you're walking through a difficult situation and things are going to be working out better for you than you realize, okay? All right, we have the Moon, Archangel Haniel, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. Look at this. We have the Seven of Fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. There might be something in December that makes you feel like you have to defend yourself, or you have to defend what your decision is, or what your choices are, or what your values are, or what your beliefs are. Okay? And I'm seeing that there's something that is going to make you feel like by the end of the month that you don't feel like you need to defend yourself, or you don't need to defend your position anymore. I feel like there's some kind of events occurring behind the scenes that is actually creating a really interesting turnaround for you this month, okay? I feel like you might be starting the month a little bit on the defensive, a little bit feeling defensive, feeling like you're anticipating things not being easy or not being enjoyable or being hard or something like this. And then you're almost pleasantly surprised by how things keep turning out differently than what you thought, how things you thought were going to be really uncomfortable or really not fun or really unpleasant, it turns out to be a great night or a really nice time. So there are events occurring behind the scenes, things are being rearranged for you. You might be having some genuine divine intervention occurring in your life, okay, in the month of December, because it will be the end of a difficult situation. I feel like many of you may be feeling like, you've had to defend things for a long time, or you've had to hold things together for a long time. Wow, yeah. So I'm also seeing for some of you, there may be something about if you are visiting family in December, there may be something about, having to defend your beliefs to your family. I mean, right, the whole, like, family dinner table and they're kind of, like, interrogating you about what you're doing or something like this. What are you doing with your life? It might be something like that that you're dreading in December. You're like, "Oh, I hate having to face the interrogations over the holiday season or something from family members or something like this." And I'm just seeing that your spirit guides are saying, like, there's gonna be some energy that shifts inside of you this month where you don't really feel like you have to defend yourself against that so much. There's more of, like, something shifts inside of you, and you're realizing, I don't really care that much about if people understand or don't understand or something of this kind. Like, you're just sort of letting it go. There's something where you're able to let it go, and, yeah, you're not being bothered so much socially if people are asking too many questions or if you sort of stick out, you stand out, maybe you dress differently, maybe you eat differently than your family, you have different beliefs, different spirituality, different religion, something like this. I feel like some of you may be like tensing, tensing for impact, bracing for impact. There may be a hypervigilance around this of like, I don't want to be bullied or singled out or something like this. So of course, like Spirit's also saying, you always have the choice whether you want to engage in something like this. Like, you don't have to go if you don't want to. Like, Spirit's really encouraging you to consider if you really feel that, you know, some kind of an event is really not going to be a safe place for you, then maybe you don't need to go. Maybe that's not something that you want to do then. But I'm seeing that for some of you, there's going to be some turnaround where in a social situation, you have some experience where you just don't really care anymore. And it feels like it's coming from some kind of like a psychic change inside of you where you're just sort of, yeah, you're almost seeing the situation differently or you're having psychic insights about things. And you're like, oh, yeah, this is just some old story playing out, and you're kind of like not engaging or not reacting. And therefore, you're not regenerating it. Yeah, you're letting go of something this month around not caring what other people think and really daring to live your own life, even if other people are like, that's impossible as well. Some of you might be achieving something this month that people think is impossible, but they're like, that's impossible. You're never going to do that. I see you pulling it off. I see you achieving it. Closer to the end of the month, by week 3 or week 4 of the month, I'm seeing a completion of some kind of a project. And I'm seeing that this completion of it might be a karmic cycle, it might be a project, or it might be both. There's something that's completing, okay? So it could be an internal process where you're like I said, letting go of what other people think and not caring anymore and just doing your own thing, being authentic no matter what. Or you're maybe saying no to some kind of gathering because you don't want to go and you're like doing your own thing for the first time or something like that, really standing in your independence. Something's going to be happening in December that sets you free, that liberates you, or that completes something you've been working on. So yeah, many of you might be completing a project and coming into some kind of financial change as the new year opens. As you open into the new year, I'm seeing some kind of financial blessings like pushing you through. Like I said, you're going to be ending the month a lot better than what you are currently maybe anticipating. Like, it's better than you think. Spirit wants you to know that. It's way better than you think. All right, so I'm going to finish your reading with some prayer cards. We have Archangel Michael deck. Let's see, for the month of December, Spirit, what would you like this person to know? We have your home is protected by angels. Yeah, okay, so let me just read you the prayer. Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over my home and its inhabitants. I ask that you post guardian angels at each window and door, ensuring its security. Thank you for guiding my finances so that I can easily afford to pay my rent, mortgage, or taxes. Oh, you guys. Okay, so if there is some kind of a fear this month around being able to afford to pay your rent, mortgage, or taxes, or some kind of debts or something, then Spirit is saying that you are protected, you are guided, and that you will have enough money, okay? Especially, like I said, by week 3 or week 4 of December, I'm seeing a very different financial situation than when you are entering the month. We also have keep your eyes on your targeted intention. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me focus on my inner vision and intention. I ask for your guidance in releasing any fears or doubts, granting me the confidence and courage to take action toward realizing my dreams. Yeah, so many of you know exactly what you are wanting to manifest this month, know exactly maybe, you're putting your energy towards it. Like I said, some of you are completing some kind of a karmic cycle, but for some of you are completing some kind of a project, okay? Spirit's also saying detach from the situation. Archangel Michael, I ask you to use your flaming sword to cut any attachment to fear or drama so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me and this situation. yeah, Spirit's really assuring you that any kind of fears you may have, especially around money or some kind of, yeah, especially around some kind of physical security, Spirit's saying you're going to be safe in December. I feel like there's some kind of fear that you may have been going through to do with some kind of home or financial situation. Spirit's really assuring that you can detach from the situation because there is going to be a positive outcome here, especially, like I said, financially, and that you can keep your eyes on your targeted intention, meaning keep following through with the outcome that you want, okay? Some of you may feel like what you want is impossible or other people are saying it, but you actually have the ability to achieve, like to make the impossible possible this month. Like for real. Some of you are having a really incredible turnaround in your life in what you are creating, and especially financially for yourself. You're having maybe one of the biggest turnarounds, the biggest shifts, pendulum swings, maybe is actually happening for you. Yeah, there's something really financial about your month, okay? Which I feel like is great news for a lot of you. Some of you, what Spirit is saying about keep your eyes on your targeted intention is that you can maybe manifest the outcome that you want in some kind of a social situation or a trip that you're taking in December, and you can manifest a positive experience. You don't have to sort of submit yourself to suffering and for it to be kind of not enjoyable. Or some of you are maybe meant to say no to some kind of gathering or social event during December that you are not actually wanting to participate in, and that might actually bring pain into your body. You might be like, Spirit saying to put your own needs first. And if you feel like it's going to literally cause you pain or suffering to be at some kind of event, then don't go. You don't have to go. You have free will. Spirit's kind of like giving you permission and saying, honestly, break the karmic cycle of doing something out of obligation. You know what I mean? I know it's easier said than done, you guys, but I really feel like I said, December, this is the year. This is the year. Yeah, this is the year in December where you could finally say no to something like that you really don't want to do and end that cycle. Because I feel like this month you have the ability to make the impossible possible, okay? You have so much more of an ability to make the impossible possible than I feel like you're even giving yourself credit for. So keep your eyes on your target intention. Remember, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want to experience? And for some of you, this is more focused financially. For some of you, this is something about socializing, something about, coming into contact with other people. And some of you are like bracing for impact. And Spirit's reminding you that you have free will. You don't have to go if you don't want to, if you think it's going to be negative, right? Net negative. But for others of you, I feel like you have the ability to manifest a different outcome if you send your waves forwards. Okay, I'm really seeing as well, you might want to check out my tape, Clear the Way, because it sends waves like what I'm seeing forwards, waves of light forwards through a situation to help clear any obstacles and align you with the highest path, the highest timeline. And I just feel like, do some work if you're dreading something in December, if you're dreading some kind of an outcome, send light forward, send light towards the outcome that you are desiring, and allow yourself to kind of clear the way energetically. Know that you have a huge amount of spiritual, angelic support as well with you this month. I really feel like you are protected by the angels, your home, your living situation, your finances. You are safe, you're protected. And I see your finances turning around this month, okay? All right, everyone, that is the end of your reading. I do hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm sending you so much love and light for your month of December. If you would like to check out more of my work, like I said, I really recommend my Clear the Way tape for December. I feel like it would be a really supportive tool for you. And even moving into 2026, it's a really great tape. I use it all the time personally in my own life. I'll link it down below. You can read more about it, see if it might be right for you. I'm sending you so much love and light.